that you're in Nigeria, okay? If you don't have it, you can't do it. In fact, everything here, you can't do everything. Anything that is official, everything that has to do with your banking an activity you're doing great. Thank you again once more for joining me. Okay, know what I'm looking like. But what matters most is just that we are here again, and I'm glad that you're here. If this is your first time of joining us, you're welcome. I appreciate you. From different parts of the world that you're watching me from, and for those that have not subscribed, please subscribe, because you already know everything, except if you don't know, just go down and check and see what we do here. We're into motherhood, we're into marriage stuff, sometimes we're into kids, also we deal on lifestyle and also breastfeeding, everything that consists motherhood. That's what we're doing here. So it's one of those things you love. Subscribe and don't forget to hit on the bell. That bell shows you already have new content. So today we're going to be sharing on Nigerian experience, my Nigerian experience. And what I titled today's video is Nigeria is for the hard-hearted. Nigeria is not for the liver-hearted, it's for the hard-hearted. We know there are a whole lot of us that was born here, and you know, one of the videos I did one time about the trip I made to my husband's place. Okay, I talked about Nigeria and those revolutions and resolutions, those things are not stable. Okay, so these are one of the videos. All right, you're going to hear more about the experience, my experience here in Nigeria since I came. For those that don't know, please check out my videos on our trip back to. Means if you're not hard, if you're not strong-hearted, you can't stay in Nigeria. I know what I'm talking about. It's an experience I had today, and that's why I'm here to share on today's video. Like, have you been to some offices here in Nigeria? God, have you been to some offices? We know that a lot of us that have traveled out, like I always say, I've traveled out, they've seen all the things that are going on there, and when you come back here, you think that some things have improved. Yeah, we are all clamoring for better Nigeria, but the people that are going to make Nigeria better are the individuals. We, the Nigerians, are going to be the one that will make this country better. There is no better hope. That is just the truth. There's no better hope than what you already conceived in your heart that you want. Nigeria is not just only for one person to make change, but it's for every one of us. Like I said, have you been to some offices here in Nigeria? There's one experience I had. There's this new excuse me, there's this new thing they just formulated now. They call it NIMC, called National Identity Management Commission, and National Identity Management Commission. I know if you don't have that paper-like or document or whatever, just a means of identity that you're in Nigeria, okay? If you don't have it, you can't do it. In fact, everything here, you can't do everything. Everything that is official, everything that has to do with your banking and activities. If you don't have any, even the SIM card to even come down here, or maybe if you are here and since this idea just introduced and want to go into like buy to get a SIM card for your phone, you have to do that NIMC, okay? And also bank issues, and also in fact everything that relates to any documental issue here or anything of those stuff, okay? If you don't have NIMC, I don't even think that is going to work out. So I never knew that is what it looks like. So I went to one of the offices. But first of all, my bank, I told you, like, if you know what, you can just go down and check the video out, okay? So, I just came in. I don't really know what's really going on now, though I've been hearing about when I was back there. When I came, I started seeing the realization or the experience of what they were talking about. So my bank issue, I need to settle something there because I've not been around. So I was told that I need to bring a national ID card, bearing my maiden name, because it was my maiden name before I got married. That's what I used to open the account. And blah blah blah. I don't want to go further, it's a long detail. So I was asked to bring the National Identity Management Commission, the paper form they do issue, if I don't have it. So I was thinking it's a joke. I went to the office, my dear. When I got there to the office, this one, in fact, nonchalant guy like that, I don't know, so lousy, I don't know the right word to use. In fact, so he doesn't even have any conscience at all. Let me just use that word. So when I came to the office, I was just thinking like it's something that would just, though I know it's Nigeria, we've been here before. Those of us that have been here before we went out, we know all those things that we should be used to it. Backyard issue, I know what I mean by backyard issue. So I came thinking that they're going to attend to me on time. Even at least that alone, I already know. Okay, so when I came, I met the guy. The way he relaxed on his chair and he was just pressing his phone. Because when I asked the other guy, that is not into national ID because you have a whole lot of things to do there. Okay, so I now asked, I said, okay, please, when did they do this national ID card? I want to do the national ID card because of my banking. She's okay. They just pointed out to me, described the places. I now went there. The way the guy was just relaxed. That was like, I was so, like I wasn't myself because I know I'm really stressed. Going to the bank and came back and meeting this again. So, and I said, please, I want to do national ID card. Just a national ID card. Just sit down there. Stay there. I said, where? Stay there. That's just, you see how I'm experienced. That is just how it was just, I'm just telling you this way because the change that we are aspiring lies between you and I. Though the guy told me later on, not even in a better mannered approach. The way it was, hey, am I being paid? Am I not? Like I'm not being paid for this job I'm doing. I'm just doing. I say, if you are not being paid for the job, we just call it humanitarian job. That's what we are doing, right? Because there's no employment in the country. We're just doing this, for the time being till you have a job. And in fact, the approach alone, really, I was thrown away. I was like, I just don't know how I felt. I was angry, and after that, confronting him, like, exchanging words, like those stuff. Okay, I was bitter inside of me. I said, what's going on? You're not being paid for your job. Is that why you have to throw your frustration on people? You're not being paid. If you know you're tired of the job, why don't you go to your house and one sleep? Do you know, as I was even saying this, it didn't even mind whether somebody was even there. He didn't even give a care of the work. He just went in, got his machine, dropped it on the table. The next thing I saw, I was even thinking that he's going to start calling me. Very sorry for my notification on my Facebook. Facebook app is on, that's why. I know you already know. So he kept the machine there, and I was thinking that he wants to start. The next thing I saw, this guy went and got food. This mobile food, the food these people carry around. For those that have been here, you understand. Got the food and sat down on his office chair, like office. This is office out. You are eating on top of your office table in the presence of more people. You don't even care whether somebody was even there that you need to attend to, that you need to render services to. I was bitter, I was angry. I was talking to him. I said, what's wrong with you? If you're tired, it's not a job, fine and good. But do you know that if you leave this job right now, people are going to come immediately to replace you if they are not being paid. Because the way this country is right now is if you're able to get a job, okay, this time around, not even talking about jobs that you're being paid for, at least let it be something you can have at hand, that you can be leaving the house. Every time you can just leave the house, that's okay. You're going somewhere than staying back at home. And they say, idle mind the devil's workshop. Do you know that I was even telling you, I said, you know that immediately like you're talking about the tone which is not even how I was, taking it on the guy. And I said, you know that if you are tired of this job, you know that really they're not paying you. Don't throw it on people. Just go home and go and relax. And immediately you leave here right now, I assure you, somebody is going to come to replace you. Even they're not paying that person. So what I'm saying is just to conclude, like I said, the title of this video, I already made it there, is Nigeria should just try as much. Like, we know that the country alone is frustrating. There is no two ways about that. Don't even deny it at all. As much as we are trying to patch, as much as we are trying to say, okay, we love our country because we come here, we should not destroy our country. Those things that we usually hear, they preach here and on social media. Everybody wants to spoil Nigeria. Everybody wants to leave the country after it's been spoiled. It's not where we were born. People that have traveled out, they should come and develop. Develop what? Nigeria lies on everybody's hands. And one thing I need to use to conclude this video today is just that, look, anything you do, so people feel that, root God is going to do what? Going to pay them for what? Pay them for their good deeds. Forget about God. People are sold their conscience. In fact, they don't have conscience anymore. They do whatever they like. They don't care. Like, even if at all they see people they are meant to show mercy or pity to, they just leave these people to die. Sometimes I'll just be passing along the road since I came. I'll be seeing people in hardship, like hardship. You will see little children that are not meant to suffer under the sun. What are they doing there? It's not like they're under the sun for the time being. They will later take them in, take for them or care for them and their parents, but they're just there to beg. They will stay there for money. Right now, you can see through the window the rays of the sun. That is the amount of sun, because we know Nigeria here is a tropical country and it's sunny, especially now that we are approaching sunny season. Okay, yes, we call it sunny season. Rainy season has passed, now sunny season. That's what we are approaching soonest. All right, you will see little kids under the rain, under the sun begging. Some of them, their mother that are even pushing, they will be pushing them. Go and beg, what are you sitting here? And the place they are sitting is not even a comfortable chair. You think that maybe they are just sitting relaxing, it's a comfortable chair. In a fence or in a gutter, they just sit down there and their parents will be instructing them, go and beg this super spoil. So please, I'm begging, if you're in that position, you are into office job, white collar job, whatever is the job you do, we know that you are not being paid, but you know that you're not going to remain there forever. Every one of us had that experience, and you see this God that you think that can't pay you for your good deeds. One day, anything good you do, I know we all have been hearing, anything good you do must return back to you in irreplaceable folds. I mean, not folds. Okay, because I was just so touched today. As much as they are preaching that we should come back home, develop our country, everybody are running away from the country, the frustration alone will even make you, God forbid, to die on time. Frustration alone, even if I thought you have the money, you have the means to take care of some things, but just because of these services they cannot render promptly, can even get you frustrated. Before you know what's happening, they say the person just dropped dead and the person is under the sun. What about the pensioners? We will not stop preaching about this. Everything about this country lies individually in our hands. Whatever you do, if it's good, I just have to tell you that you will return. It will return back to you in good measure, better. The Bible said, shaking together, will it return back to you? Anything good you do, don't think that maybe whatever good you do there, since you are not being paid, who is going to pay you? Let me be like others. I've been doing my good, and the good I've been doing to people, I've not been getting good out of it. It's only bad. People don't appreciate. The only person that you're doing anything for, if you're doing anything good, is look at who is above. It's God. That's the person. I don't want to start to preach. This video is all about preaching, but I think I have to include that because he's our creator and he gave us this kind of conscience not to be wicked towards our fellow people. Okay, so this is just how I'm going to round up this video. I never planned that it's going to be this long, but I hope it has not gone too long. So I appreciate you, and I really have to thank you for giving me listening ear to my cry and my complaints. All right, so I feel that we are here as family and we should share things together, rub minds together, say things, anything that you really want to also share about this country, where we are heading to, when is this whole hopes that we are having is going to come at us. All right, so we'll continue to pray and believe that it's going to be a better country. Like I see the one putting my hand, the one I'm looking at it, I don't know. So it's well, thank you very much, and subscribe, all right, and hit on the bell so that whenever we have new content, more like this or anything outside, like I told you, motherhood stuff, breastfeeding, those things, that's what we do here. Please don't hesitate to leave your comment section. On the comment section, leave your remarks, leave your opinions and everything. All right, so we're gonna meet on the next time. See you. Bye.